One of Calvary's shaping values is prayer in faith. We desire to be a people that are devoted to prayer, that are dependent on prayer. And so we're going to make a short series of videos that give you 4 principles on prayer. There's many things to be said about prayer, but these are 4 things that we would like to have in everyone's mind who comes to Calvary. One of the most important things about prayer is that you have to understand that there's a God who listens. If you didn't believe that God was a listening God, perhaps you wouldn't be motivated to pray. But God says that He hears the prayers of the righteous. Here in Psalm chapter 10, verse 17, it says, "O Lord, you hear the desires of the afflicted. You will strengthen their heart. You will incline your ear to do justice to the fatherless and the oppressed, so that man who is on the earth may strike terror no more." God is paying attention to the prayers of His people. We see this in the story of Exodus when God calls Moses and says, "I have seen the affliction, I have heard their cries." We've seen this in the book of Revelation, that Jesus Himself walks amongst His churches and is well acquainted with their needs. So first and foremost, you must know that God is a listening God. He knows what's going on and He hears our prayers. The second important thing to recognize as we begin a desire to pray more and more is that we need to learn how to pray. I think there's a modern Christian lie that says no one has to learn how to pray. It's just talking to God. But that's not how the disciples thought about it, nor how Jesus instructed them. Here in Luke chapter 11, we find that Jesus Himself is praying. It says Jesus was praying in a certain place, and when He finished, one of the disciples said to Him, "Lord, teach us to pray as John taught his disciples." So the disciples were aware that John the Baptist, who also had some followers, had taught them how to pray. And they saw Jesus praying and asked Jesus, "Would you teach us how to pray?" And Jesus didn't say, "Oh, you just have to talk to God." No, He gives them some scaffolding, some direction, some encouragement of how to approach their Heavenly Father. And so we're going to produce 4 short videos on the principles of prayer.
Our practical faith videos are meant to give you simple, easy to implement tools to help you grow in faith and walk with God. This video is one in a 5-part series on prayer. You can check out the whole series by going to our Practical Faith playlist on YouTube or by visiting calvarybible.com/practicalfaith. If you found this video helpful, click the like button. It helps other people to discover it as well. Thanks for watching.